नमस्ते। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जंगमं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं येन दर्शितं तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। स्थावरं जंगमं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां ॐ शान्ति 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 शान्तिः। पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। अस्य श्रीशुद्धशक्तिमाला महामन्त्रस्य उपस्थ इन्द्रियादिवरुण आदित्य ऋषिः दैवी गायत्री छन्दः सात्विकतत्कारभट्टारिकपीठस्थित श्रीमत्कामेश्वराङ्कनिलय श्रीमत्कामेश्वरी देवता ऐं बीजं क्लीं शक्तिः सौः कीलक श्रीदेवी प्रीत्यर्थे खड्गसिद्ध्यर्थे जपे विनियोगः। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः। गुरुर्साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। अज्ञानिना तिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ॐ I bow down to Guru, Param Guru, Parama Paratpara Guru, Paratpara Guru, Parameshthi Guru. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Again, like as I was speaking about various aspects of astrology and its introduction in my previous video as to how exactly Natya Shastra or 108 Karanas are related. Now let's go take the subject much further in cross reference to Purusha or Virata Purusha. As I was telling, this Natya Shastra or 108 Karanas does really have that practical reference to that, various aspects of astrology, since it is touching upon the aspects of the nakshatras, 27 nakshatras as per astrology, 27 nakshatras as per yoga tattva, which one needs to understand. And I was telling that our body is constituent of these 27 nakshatras or those seen and unseen galaxies or the planets. Chandra, Surya, nakshatras, and the constellations. Now, we need to understand certain aspects of the human existence or the humanoid that gets connected to that, to that very aspect of yeah, terrestrial existence. So, more or less, it talks about the very aspect of angas, pratyangas, and upa-angas. What really these angas do? The angas or the pratyangas or upa-angas actually are the aspects which more or less are directly related to the charis Vedas. Vedas again talk about the Hasta Veda, Pada Veda. And Drishya Veda. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. When I talk about the Angas over here, predominantly we have chest, waist, bottom, hands, head, and legs. However, legs, head, and hands are the aspects that get this humanoid or human existence connected to that the terrestrial existence. Talking about pratyangas, thighs, knees, shoulders, anus, and stomach. These thighs and knees and shoulders are the nodal points which one needs to understand. From where this that energy which I am talking about gets released. Let's look at the upangas. Glance, eyebrows, eyelids, eyeballs, cheeks, nose, gums, lips, teeth, tongue, chin, and face. Now, in this, again, most important of all, glance, eyebrows, eyelids, eyeballs, and nose play a key role, which one needs to understand. And logically, if we see, this more or less talks about, the very aspect from the psyche and psychology viewpoint, which one needs to understand. That's the important point. Though they are based on the Swarasthana again. Ragam, Talam, Pallavi, Anupallavi. So this is where the Samaveda part comes into picture, which one needs to understand. Sa being Shadjamam, Shuri, Shuddha Rishabham, etc. etc. Now, as I was talking about bhavas, right? Bhavas and anubhavas. These bhavas and anubhavas, which one is performing, one needs to understand that all of this is the base study for the psyche, psychology, psychosis, and psychiatry viewpoint. Pradhama bhava, Dvitiya bhava, Tritiya bhava, Tritiya bhava, Panchama bhava, Shashtama bhava, Saptama bhava, Ashtama bhava, Navama bhava, Dashama bhava, Ekadashama bhava, Dvadashama bhava. These are the levels of the bhavas. Now, if I am taking whole of these bhavas, as per astrology, if we really see, these are the primary aspects of the houses. If we take the square, again, this Prathama Bhava to Dvadashama Bhava, if we really look at, is being ruled by that Purusha who is the, uh, the primary person, primary, what you call, ruler, which one needs to understand. And Virata Purusha will be in the middle. And this is how the total stage of the total stage is prepared. And this is how this Natya Shastra or 108 Karanas get to. This human body will be in that central point, which is called Bindu. Nada being that, recitation of the metaphorical thoughts. This is what is called Nada Bindu. So that's where the energy starts pouring. First house, the very first house talking about mind and personality. Second house talking about mouth and right eye. Third house talking about hand and right ear. Fourth house talking about the chest. Fifth house talking about the stomach. Ninth house talking about the private parts or the genitals. Eighth house talking about the anus. Ninth house talking about the thighs. 10th house talking about the knees. 11th house talking about the ankles and the left ear. 12th house talking about the left eye and. So as I was telling, right, these angas play a key role, which one needs to understand. And this is where that astrological connection comes into picture, which one needs to understand. Again, now we need to understand about the kendras also. Which kendra I am talking about? That triangle, formation of triangle, which is in the square. which one needs to understand. And trikona. Which trikona I am talking about? That bindu or that energy source wherein Virata Purusha, Virata Purusha or Virata Purusha as per astrology, who oversees this human existence or the humanoid, which one needs to understand. And at the same time, we have evil houses, upachaya houses, houses of kama, krodha, lobha, madamascharya. Krodha means anger, lobha means desire, or you know, desire or greed. Now, when a dancer performs, directly or indirectly, these parts which I am talking about, they work upon this human body as a whole in its holistic sense. And when the rendition happens from the other side, the saptaswaras, sa re gama pa dha ni sa ni da pa ma ga re. When we add this vowel sounds and consonant sounds, that's when that energy comes into the body, and thus, you know, these houses which I am talking about, all of them start working. How they work upon? See, just like a square wherein there are four common nodal points. Four common nodal points, four houses on the left, four houses on the right, in the middle, two houses in the upper part, two houses in the lower part. 4 plus 4, 8, 8 plus 4, 12. In the middle, when we see that bindu, that is the Virata Purusha which acts upon. Our body, likewise, whether it is masculine, whether it is feminine, what happens is this so-called navel part. This navel part acts as a bindu. That's where this energy gets distributed up and down. And genitals are the private parts, specifically of the masculine form, feminine form. The two breasts play a key role there for the Prakriti. The left breast stores all the energy. The right breast stores all the vital energy forces in the form of liquid, which gives nourishing to the kid. or the children or the zygote that is born. And this is why Stree Tattva or Prakriti Tattva or mother is given that respect. If you are able to understand this part, you have won half the battle. Half of your astrology or astronomy part works out. Astrology or that prediction is dependent on how you understand Purusha and Prakriti. This is why I say the astrologers of the present day, none of them have really that kind of knowledge base. If one understands Natya Shastra or 108 Karnas from this viewpoint, from the viewpoint of Angas, Pratyangas, and Upangas, when you discriminate and when you see that energy, these energies coming from these parts, you know, that is the reason why dancer is an which one needs to think. The thought process, the channelization, the channeling of the thought process in a right direction, which one needs to understand. How you get that energy, or how, what is that thing that actually like motivates this, and the streamlines or get to that astrological significance. This is where this Thai Swarasthanas importance comes into picture. Anumandra, Anumandrasthai, Mandrasthai, Madhyasthai, Tarasthai, Atitarasthai. And furthermore, it gets to Angam, Anudrutam, Drutam, Laghu, Guru, Plutam, Kakapalam. Now, Samaveda, if we really look at, is all about understanding this Anumandra, Mandra, Madhya, Tara, Atitarasthai. So, there are two aspects for Natya Shastra. The aspects for Natya Shastra and 108 Karnas are divided into parts. First part being Angas, Pratyangas, and Upangas. Second part being these body parts. How exactly they are related to the 12 houses. This body as a whole, in its holistic nature, is divided into 12 houses, which one needs to understand. And then Apart from this, it talks about the Kendra Trikona, evil, Upachaya, and houses of Kama. Again, and the last part, the other part is the Sthayi Bhava. Anumandra, Mandra, Madhya, Tara, Ati Tara. Now, the other division is Angam, Anudrutam, Drutam, Laghu, Guru, Plutam, Kakapa. So, when this recitation happens from the Samaveda viewpoint in the balanced state, the 72 male karta ragas or the 110 ragas, and the others being the combination of 110 ragas, and the combination of 72 male karta ragas, if we really see, when whole of this happens at a sthayi bhavas, whatever sthayi, mandra sthayi, anumandra sthayi, madhya sthayi, tara sthayi, atitara sthayi, the energy flows. Again, this is the beauty of Natya Shastra or one of the 8 Karanas, ladies. For a human existence or the humanoid to get connected to that terrestrial existence. And this is the reason why, if you really see, when one does namaskara, Pushpanjali namaskara, it happens at the Bindu point, that is the triangle. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. And furthermore, it talks about the kalam or the speed or the laya. Kalam in the sense that time that you are taking. That time wherein the sound travels, which one needs to understand. This is again divided into slowest or Vilamba kalam, twice the speed of the a second speed, Madhyama kalam, Durita kalam. This is again twice the second speed, Kriya, Shabda again, and Kriya also comes into picture. Shabda Kriya or actions with the sound, Nishabda Kriya or the silent display, Graham, Samagraham, Anagata Graham, Atita Graham. Kala and Matra again are divided into 2, 4, 8, 16, 32, 64, 128. Ekakala to Panchama Kala, which one needs to understand. Now, furthermore, when we use these metaphors and when these consonant sounds or vowel sounds, A, E, I, O, U, Akara, akara, akara are added. That's when things happen. Now, apart from these, if we really see the angle in which this dance postures happen or they perform, that's when you get connected to either Ashwini, Bharani, Kritika, Rohini, Mrugasira, Aradra, Punarvasu, Pushya, Aslesha, Megha, Purva Falguni, Uttara Falguni, Hasta, Chitra, Swati, Vishakha, Anuradha, Jyeshtha, Moola, Purvashada, Uttarashada, Shravana, Dhanishta, Satabhishaka, Purvabhadra, Uttarabhadra, Revati. And if we take these angles into consideration, like 13 degrees and 20 seconds, Ketu 0 seconds, Ketu 13 degrees 20 seconds, Venus 26 degrees 40 seconds, Sun 10 degrees, Moon 23 degrees 20 seconds, Mars. Like this, if we take the time and all, the time and all, these are the angles. So this Natya Shastra or 108 Karanas have been created in such a way that this humanoid or this human existence would be able to get connected to the terrestrial existence, which is more or less dependent on angas, pratyangas, and upangas, as I was explaining, which are further divided into four padas each, or four. Year is divided into three into. Now, one may ask as to why am I explaining all of this? The point is this humanoid or this human existence, as I was talking about angas, upangas, angas, pratyangas, and upangas, these are stipulated to the time sense, which one needs to understand, ladies and gentlemen. And this is what gets programmed. And and if we really look at the set of nakshatras, which one needs to understand, the 9 nakshatras, Rajasika set, and the last and the other 9 nakshatras, Satvika sets, and the 9 Vedic planet rules 3 nakshatras each. as I was telling, right, these Prathama Bhava to Dwadasha Bhava, wherein my what you call first house, second house, third house, fourth house, right, ruled by various angas, right? So they get connected to this in this order. So, though again, these 27 nakshatras rule the pranagrahas and upapranagrahas. So, this human body or this humanoid or this human existence is made up of pranagrahas and upapranagrahas. And the 27 nakshatras that get this body connected to that terrestrial existence, which one needs to understand, or that Daiva Loka or Daiva Yuga, which is not reachable by a common man, but it is practically possible only through meditative practices or yoga practices or dance performance practices. Natya, 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 which one needs to understand. And this is where Natya Shastras or 108 Karnas importance comes into picture. This is the very important aspect or the very important point, or that this is the reason why Natya Shastra or 108 Karnas were introduced from the philosophical viewpoint as well as astrological viewpoint. This is the true definition of astrology. And this part which I am talking about is where actually needs yoga drashta, yoga drushya, yoga dharana, yoga dhyana, yoga nidra. One needs to go to that. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. So, uh, though all of this travel of the planetary positions are done through the time and space travel using the yoga drashta, yoga drushya, yoga maya, yoga mahamaya, yoga dhyana, yoga dharana, and yoga nidra. If we see in the starting, as I was speaking about the rasas, which are 9 again, which touch upon the very aspect of psychology and emotions from the viewpoint of the bhavas and anubhavas aspect. And this bhavas again have that reference to this viewpoint of uh, 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 bhavas have that this these bhavas and anubhavas are directly related to this prathama bhava to dwadasha bhava. Though if we see these angles in which the nakshatras are starting and ending, the time lapse at one point is crossing the 24 hours clock. Though this human existence or this humanoid, which I am talking about, here the earthly existence takes 24 hours time. 12 hours in the morning, 12 hours in the evening, day and night. But logically, if we calculate, this time is unlimited there, which one needs to understand. Here is where one needs to understand that there is nothing like time span. At again, the speed at which the vibrations or frequencies travel is fraction or nanoseconds. This is one very critical point wherein, or that research point of Natya Shastra or 108 Karna's dance postures performance, postures performance respectively, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if any of the scholars have touched upon this, though, which one needs to understand. Though 108 Karnas need to be performed in a proper and systematic way, though. This is where that thing comes into picture. And this is what is called Nada Bindu Kala. Nada Bindu plus Kala. Nada Bindu Kala. Kala plus Kanti. Kanti here means that frequency travel coming when this, recital of the metaphor lines using the Saptaswaras happen. This is what is called Devata Shakti. This Kala again is called Chandra Tattva. Kanti is Surya Tattva there. Chandra Tattva plus Surya Tattva gives that Divya Shakti. Now, how do you calculate again? And how do you interrelate this? Why am I talking about Angas, Upangas, Pratyangas, and that Prathama Bhava to Dvadasha Bhava? And why am I talking about this Bhavas again? Talking, having that two Angas. First house being mind and personality, second house being mouth and right eye, third house being hand and right ear, etc., etc. And these swarasthanas, Anumandrasthai, Mandrasthai, Madhyasthai, Tarasthai, Atitarasthai, or this Angam, Anudrutam, Drutam, Laghu, Guru, Plutam, Kakapalam, and all. This Natya Shastra or 108 Karnas is one cryptic language, one language or that language which helps humanoid or human existence to get connected to the terrestrial existence. Of course, I will talk about 108 Karnas names also in some time. But let's try understanding this correlation of Angas, Pratyangas, and Upangas, and this, these sthais, Anumandrasthai, Mandrasthai, Madhyasthai, Tarasthai, Atitarasthai. How exactly this frequency distribution happens? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I say Natya Shastra or 108 Karnas is not a simple text. it more or less, it's a kind of a structured process of the human existence or humanoid to get connected to that terrestrial existence, or the Daiva Yuga or Daiva Loka, from where energy travels. And center stage being having four nodal points from where the energy gets converged to that bindu where this dancer stands and performs Pushpanjali, paying that obeisance to that Virata Purusha. Purusha being the one who is ruling these 12 corners, four on the left, four on the right. In between, two on the top, two on the up, two in the down. In between, again in the square, there, that's where lies that Virata Purusha. Ladies and gentlemen, think about it. It's a very, I understand. It's a very, cryptic language, but one needs to understand that relevance of Natya Shastra or not it, Karnas or dance postures has that relation to astrology. Think about it. Thus, I conclude this video with a positive. Stay blessed and have a real bliss. May the Guru's grace be with one and all. Have a nice day ahead. Om. Om. पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ओम् सर्वं श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु ब्रह्मार्पणमस्तु नारायणार्पणमस्तु ललितादेव्यार्पणमस्तु शिवार्पणमस्तु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः May the Guru's grace be with one and all of them. Have a nice day.